Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notification, and ignore my messy hair. Go follow me on Instagram at LollyForever. Go follow me on TikTok at LollyForever1. And go follow my dog Instagram, Baby Sammy for Life. For today's video, I am doing a story time of yesterday, because I had a voice lesson yesterday, and I'm going to talk all about. First up, I immediately, soon as the Zoom started, I immediately requested to go last, and I'm going to explain that, because at first, in my first voice lesson, I wanted to go first. Whenever I didn't go first, but I wanted to go near the beginning. When she asked who wants to go next, I raised my hand. My hand immediately just went up there, and then trying and just hoping to get picked. And I wanted to go near the beginning because first up it showed confidence, and that was the reason, and also it seemed like fun. But actually now I like to go last, and it's not because I'm nervous or anything like that. It's because going last has all the advantages. First up, I get to learn from her reactions to other people, and even though there's not really something specific that I learned, I feel like I learned something from it. Also, second reason, I get a really long time to warm up. For me, I feel like I do better when I have a longer time to warm up. When I'm warming up for a short period of time, yes, my voice is warm, but I feel like I do better after a really long time of warming up. And then also, I get to hear everyone else's corrections and apply them to myself to make sure I'm not making those mistakes and stuff. But also, going last just has so many advantages and stuff. But yesterday a lot happened. First up, I found out we are having a substitute voice teacher for the next month. For a while. Oh, and the reason, okay, here's the thing. I'm not gonna say the reason because I don't know it. Well, actually I can. And she's busy working on something. I'm gonna say that because, she's working on something. And okay, she's very busy filming something. And I'm saying that much. And that's what I'm gonna say because that's kind of what I know. And that's kind of what I know. But we got to meet she had someone from her band she has a teacher coming in from her band, and she's gonna substitute. So some weeks they're gonna do both of them, and then some weeks the substitute until Carrie will take over. And you're probably isn't it Carrie Underwood? I don't think it is. It's not. The reason I say that, I don't 100. Yeah, it's not. And the reason I say that is because first up, I immediately thought even though I got to meet her yesterday on Zoom, and I got to meet her on Zoom, and at first at first I didn't know if it was Carrie Underwood or not. I kind of I don't really know any other Carrie, and even then I don't really know who Carrie Underwood is. And I know she's some country music singer. and that's about it. Like, and I seen pictures of her, and that was because I wasn't sure. I I don't listen to country music other than the Belle and Jenna Davis. And sometimes I used to listen to Reba, and to this day, like sometimes I'll listen to Reba, but not that often. But like, anyways, it was a really fun voice lesson. A lot happened, and I found out something, and I didn't know. Like, I found out something that I didn't know. And it like, I was like, I have an amazing voice teacher, Allison Porter. Yeah, Allison Porter. I thought it was Allison Potter, and then I was watching in all of the clips, all of the clips about her from The Voice, because she was on season 9. And stuff. She, like, first up, she's extremely talented. I don't know where all of that sounds. But first up, she's extremely talented. She's been on Broadway, she's done TV appearances, she's been on The Voice, like season 9. I'm not gonna spoil it. I know if she won or not, but I'm not gonna spoil it in case you decide to in case you never watched the show or you didn't watch that season and you're planning to watch it or something. I'm not gonna spoil it, okay? And like she's done a ton of stuff. She's in a band and sorry, this one here was like bothering me for some reason. But anyway, she's a super talented voice teacher, and she teaches, and she's my voice teacher on Zoom, and it's amazing. And she's extremely talented, I logged on, I requested to go live. It had all the advantages, and stuff. And also I had time. And what I mean by that was my second voice lesson, I didn't think I had time to go last. I thought I had dance and then I didn't. And it felt like I wanted to go last. And then she immediately said I'm just gonna get to the points of the story. She said a lot of stuff, and if I were to go through everything she said, we'd be here for over an hour and a half. We'd be here for a while. Well, is the point. But anyway, we did group warm-ups. She introduced us to the person named Carrie from her band, and then she talked a little bit about her and what she done, and that's really exciting because we get to kind of learn from, the next month we get to learn from a second person's opinion and stuff, and that's exciting. What I mean by that is, I feel like Allison Porter, I feel like she gotten to kind of know us, and when I feel like she kind of she worked with us a lot. She worked with us on Zoom. Well, not every single week, but she worked with us on Zoom a lot, and she gotten to really know us, and I feel like she's gotten to really like us as people and that sort of thing. But Carrie, she's coming in and all she knows us, the only thing she knows about us is what went on in class yesterday. She doesn't really know us that well. and she doesn't really know much about like what we usually do or what we can do and that sort of thing. And I feel like I made a very good impression on her, considering I chose a really hard song and didn't even realize it was a hard song. And then apparently it is. I did the ending of XOG Pop song Merry Go Round, and that song is challenging. It's really, really hard, and I didn't even realize that. Like it's challenging for multiple reasons. First up, it's really, really fast, and it's really, really upbeat. Like, it's really, really fast, and it's really upbeat. And it's one that's really hard to, like, because of the fact that it's so fast and upbeat, it's really hard to nail it and breathe. And what I mean by that is that was something that was my one correction, was that to work on like really breathing when I can, because it's so fast and upbeat, and I feel like I, instead of like really singing it to the best that I can and like remembering to breathe in certain parts and different things when I can, but without stopping. That was my one correction. And the second time I did it, I feel I did a little bit better, but I can do even better, I feel. It wasn't perfect, but it was a little bit better. And then I found out we're not having voice lessons this next week, and that's kind of sad for me, because as of right now, I think that the Abby Lee Dance Company is like making us go on like summer break with like the Zoom stuff, because the only Zoom thing I know of is boot camp, and I really enjoyed that, but I don't think I'm gonna do it this year. Like, I really enjoyed it last year and stuff, and it was amazing, and it's not like guaranteed that I won't do it yet. I don't really know. I probably won't due to the fact that that sort of money is going on voice lessons. That sort of money is going on voice lessons, and also soon later, and also soon later, I am like gonna be signing up for like Worldwide. Like soon as they like post the ticket for Worldwide, I'm signing up for it and stuff. But it was a lot of fun last year. Like a lot of fun. And I enjoyed doing it. And I might do it this year. I don't know yet. I'm kind of like waiting until it gets closer to time before I like make a decision on that, because we'll see. We'll see with that. Because I don't, it's one of where I don't want to sign up and then like find out like the next day or like a couple days later or something that like I have them like post the ticket for Worldwide and then find out that signing up was pointless, because Worldwide covers every Zoom ALTC dance thing or just every ALTC Zoom thing. Yeah, because there was that one time where it wasn't dance, it was an Ask Abby Q&A. That was a lot of fun. And because I'm used to dancing for Abby, and for once I got to like just kind of like ask her a question not related to dance. And it was fun. And that was just a lot of fun that day. But anyways, like I found out we don't have dance or singing lessons. We don't have voice lessons this next week, and we did group warm up. That was amazing. But doing the song, doing XOG Pop song Merry Go Round, that's a challenging song, because first up, it's really, really fast, and it's really, really upbeat, and you have to really know how to, like, breathe and control, like, breathing in there. That was my one correction. And I, like, before she even said anything, I instantly, like, knew that, like, that was something with that. I would kind of just, instead of, like, breathing when I can, and, like, still nailing the song, because I can do both. I've done both before, but since this song is challenging, and there's some notes in it that you have to, like, hold and stuff. So, like, this is a really challenging song. So we did group warm-ups. I continued warming up. I unmuted. I got to unmute actually 3 times through group warm-ups, and that was because when she went to me, I, like, unmuted, and then she told I had muted myself, and then she was like, "Can you do one more time?" And so I, like, unmuted. It took me a second because my computer did not want me to unmute, apparently. Well, it wasn't that. It took me a second, okay? Anyway, I had to, like, get down on the floor because I was standing at, like, my microphone. Or phone, I had to, like, I move it, unmute, come stand back up, do it, and then mute again. And then I got to unmute for a different part of group warm-up. But lots of attention from the teacher. That was really nice. And then, like, when it was finally my turn, I, like, did it, and then I didn't know what to expect because I'm used to having one person judging me, like, one person, like, correcting me, and, like, one person giving me corrections in voice lessons, and, like, one very top-notch professional person, and I had two, like, top-notch, amazing, extremely talented people correct, like, voice teachers. Because I had Allison Porter, and I had Carrie. I don't know her last name. And it just worked out really well. And the fact that at first she, like, gave me my correction to, like, try to really breathe without missing the song. And what that means, well, she didn't use that as that word, but I'm trying to describe it in, like, a way. Yeah, I feel like she put it lonely, and that you really can put it for it to make sense, and to, like, try to breathe more. Or that way I can, like, when I get to certain parts where I have to hold it a little more, like on the G, E, and X, OMG. Because the group is XOMG Pop. And stuff like, when there's certain parts in it that, like, I have to, like, kind of hold for a second, and I'm able to actually get up there and hold them. Because I didn't really spend any time, like, breathing. I was just kind of, like, getting them out there with how fast it is. And then in my next voice lesson, I'm doing the beginning again. Because, first up, I'm taking a risk by doing the beginning. Because the beginning, first up, the beginning's not easy. Also, second, the reason I say I'm taking a risk is because of the fact that last time I did the beginning, I didn't get any corrections. My one note was that the girls would want to hear it. And now it's like, if I do anything less than that, then I feel like I don't know. anything less than that is not gonna be great for me. Like, it's not gonna be great in my mind because I'm extremely hard on myself. And I use it in a good way, meaning when I nail something, when I nail something, then it's like the next time I go to do it, if I don't nail it, I like get annoyed with myself because it's not as good as it was the first time. And also, it's a second person's opinion. Meaning Carrie, who was not there when I nailed it the first time, she's gonna be the one giving corrections. So that's gonna be kind of challenging. And even though, like, it's just gonna be challenging, and even though a part of me knows that, like, I should just do, like, the second part again, but I want to do, like, the first part, like, one more time. Like, part of me knows, like, I should do the second part and part that way and not do the first part because I nailed it. And now it's like, I shouldn't take the chance of, like, messing up on the first part again. And luckily, I didn't mess up last time. And I feel like I did a really good job with it. Well, I know I did. I'm not saying that in, like, a braggy way. I'm saying that, like, I didn't get a correction. Now that sets it really high, because now it's like, I know I can nail it. Can I nail it again? I'm challenging myself. And that's good. It's a good thing. And I feel like I'm hard on myself, but it only makes me better in the end. Because when I mess up, I do get annoyed when I mess up on something that I know how to do. But it only makes me work harder. And stuff. But I found out yesterday that apparently my voice teacher worked on the song, or like worked with EXO and J-Pop when they were working on the song Merry Go Round. And when she said that, she said, like, I known the song for a while because I helped work on it or something like that. And I'm like, or she was working with the girl at the time. And I'm like, wait. I was like taken back for a second, and by that, I'm like, wait, that's too good to be true. To say that my voice teacher that I worked with, and at least a couple of times, like, I worked with almost every week, minus 1 or 2 weeks. Like, I work with quite often. It's like weird to it's really cool to say that my voice teacher that I work with constantly, like, has literally worked with EXO and J-Pop. And it's acting like it's a normal thing. And I'm like, even though, like, she knows that's not, like, a normal thing for people to work with in EXO and J-Pop or people that famous. But for me, like, that like, just blew my mind. Don't worry. My mind was not actually blown, don't worry. My mind is still in my head. It still is intact. It didn't, like, get destroyed. Or that was just an expression. I was in shock. I feel like I worked with one of the most, not worked with, but, worked with in class, because she's my teacher, or my voice teacher. And I feel like I worked with one of the most talented voice teachers, or most, like, professionally and, like, qualified voice teachers there is. In my opinion, she's up there. In my opinion, and honestly, I like to say she is the most, like, or the most qualified, or, like, in my opinion, she is generally the best, I feel. But honestly, that's a hard that's something that I can't really say due to the fact that I only worked with her. And, like, I really only know her style of, like, voice teaching. And I got to know Carrie's a little bit yesterday. And, yes, it just, like, worked. Like, yesterday, even though I got a correction and didn't 100% perfectly nail it, and you gotta consider a lot was going on. First up, it's a really challenging song because it's really, really upbeat. It's fast. It's like really upbeat. It's fast. It's hard to control. Like making sure you breathe without missing a single step, without missing anything in the song, without missing or messing up on any lyrics. Like it's a challenging song because it's really upbeat, it's fast, it's really hard to remember to breathe without missing anything in the song or messing up on anything in the song. And also, there's certain parts that you have to hold. And at first, I kind of didn't realize that until I really got going on it and I really started thinking about it. And then I'm like, so I thought like I was really holding on certain. I thought I was making it challenging by like holding it on certain parts, and then I realized that in the song is actually meant like the parts I was holding it on and stuff, and like maybe -1, I would say like maybe I was holding it on one note that you wouldn't usually hold it on. But like turns out like the parts that I thought you had parts that I thought I was holding to make it more challenging or making it into a high note are just normal, like that part of the song. And I didn't even realize that. And I didn't even realize it. I didn't really realize what parts actually get held in the song. And, like, you have to, like, kind of hold for a second or a minute or so. Like, you have to, like hold. And what parts are, like, just normal, like, easier to do. I didn't realize any of that. And the fact that she, like, was working with the girls, like, so then, first up, I chose a challenging song. Second up, I had two different very professional voice teachers slash singers watching me and giving me corrections. Also, third thing, the spotlight's on me. Like when it's my turn, everyone on that Zoom is listening to me. Everyone's watching me. And so I generally like that. Like I have never had problems being in the spotlight. I have never been one where I have to be in the spotlight 24/7. But also like now that I'm like trying to become a pop star, that's when I start thinking about that more. And that's when it's like when I'm not in the spotlight for like a certain amount of time. It's like, what am I messing up on? What do I need to work on to get back in the spotlight? And I say that because of becoming a pop star, you want to be in the spotlight. And so, yeah, it's more like when I'm not in the spotlight, like, for a long period of time, it's like, what do I need to work on? What am I messing up on? What's holding me back? Situation. And so, yeah. And then also, like, so many things were going on. And in the end, I did a really good job. And for once, I feel like I didn't do perfectly, and I didn't even care. Like, usually, like, if I mess up on something, and I like, go off on myself in my head, only to make me work harder. Only, like, I'm like, that was a hot mess. And you need to work on it, you need to fix it. And for once, that wasn't the case. And it's not me being rude to myself or like tearing myself down. It's only me knowing what I need to work on and working on it and making myself work harder. Peace out.